Your original hometown dealer, Saida, Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
On April 8th, detectives with the Snag unit located a stolen plate on a vehicle at a property known for having stolen belongings. A traffic stop was conducted on the vehicle and the passenger was identified as Larry Avila. Avila was detained and read his rights. According to the declaration of arrest, he understood his rights and agreed to speak with law enforcement. Detectives located several items that did not belong to him, and he advised that they were in his possession because he was planning to bring the items to their owner, who was in the hospital. The items consisted of a woman's Nevada ID, 2 U.S. bank debit cards, 1 Capital One card, and a health insurance card. Avila said that the person these items belonged to had been in the hospital or rehab for some time at Spring Valley but was unsure. Deputies were then advised that the victim was unable to communicate due to her health conditions and had been in the hospital for almost a year. Investigators were unable to confirm if Avila had permission to have her cards. When they asked Avila if he had used the debit cards, he denied doing so and was adamant that he was only taking them to her because he did not want to be responsible for them or other items in her home. Deputies were briefed that Health and Human Services had reported that they were the legal guardians of the victim, and they had information on fraud regarding her finances, but no report had yet been filed. Health and Human Services confirmed that the victim is in no condition to have intelligible conversations and has been deemed unable to make any decisions for herself. This was confirmed by her physician. During the course of the investigation, bank statements were reviewed that showed recent transfers to Avila and an account that opened an unsecured loan of $300. Statements obtained during the period the victim was hospitalized showed several transactions that directly benefited Avila. A criminal history check of Avila showed that he had previously been convicted of 3 or more felonies in the state of California. Nevada law states that a person convicted of 2 or more felonies must register with law enforcement within 48 hours of being in or remaining in the state. Larry Avila was arrested for 2 counts of exploitation of an older, vulnerable person, using another person's ID, 2 counts of unlawfully possessing another person's credit or debit card without the cardholder's consent, use of a credit or debit card and ID without consent, grand larceny, a convicted person failing to register with law enforcement within 48 hours, and violation of a condition or release.